In today's video, we're going to be making a lava lamp. Start off by adding a circle and scale it up by 3. Go into edit mode by pressing tab and extrude the circle by 4 along the x-axis. Scale it in by 0.5. Now extrude it by 2. Scale it out by 2. Now extrude it by 12. Scale it in by 0.25. Seal off the top. By pressing F, do the same for the bottom. Go to the Modifiers tab and add the Subdivision Surface modifier. Change the viewport to 2. Next, add the Bevel modifier and change it to 0.5%. Finally, add the Solidify modifier and change the thickness to 0.015. Now go into edit mode by pressing tab. Add some loop cuts by pressing Ctrl R. Go and shade smooth. Now we're going to separate the middle so we can add the glass material. But first let's change the material of the base. Go and add a new material and change the metallic to 1. Next, add Voronoi texture and multiply. Connect the distance to the multiply and change the color. Now, connect the multiply to the base color. Change the scale to 3.2. Next, add a noise texture and bump. Connect the factor to the height. Change the scale to 500 and detail to 3. Next, turn the strength to 0.1, then connect the normal. Finally, change the distance to 50. Now it's time to make the glass material. Go and select the lava lamp and go into the shading tab and make a new material. Change the metallic value to around 0.7%. Before I forget, go and add a mix shader and change it to 0.058. Go and change the weight in Eeyore. It will make it more reflective later on. Change the emission strength to 0.4. Next, add a mix node. Now, change the color. Go and plug the result into the base color. Next, go and add a transparent BSDF and plug the mix into the color. Next, plug the BSDF into the first shader in the mix shader. Now, plug in the result into the tint and color. Now we're going to be adding the bubbles in the lava lamp by using meta balls. Once you're done placing your meta balls, go and change the resolution to 0.05 and do the same for the render. Alright, next, let's go into the shading tab. Also go and enable scene lights and scene world So we actually see the lighting that would be in rendered mode without having to be in rendered mode. Go and select the meta balls and make a new material. Move the principled shader off to the side. Now let's add a Fresnel node. This will basically make a mask and help us have a visual of the glow from the meta balls. If you have the Node Wrangler add-on enabled, press Ctrl Shift, click the node. Next, add a color ramp to have more control over the glow of the mask, but don't overdo it. Next, add a mix shader, and finally add an emission shader. Now you just need to plug it all in. Now let's add some glow. Go and drag the corner. Change the editor type to compositor. Now add the glare node and put it in the middle. As we can see, nothing appears to happen, and that's because you have to go into the viewport shading settings and change the compositor to always. Now we can see that there is a small glow, but if we want it to be brighter, go and change the strength.